is Isla. I'm the founder and CEO of the Millennial Nutritionist, and today I'm going to do a what I eat in a day. But what I really want to focus on is a problem that I see all the time with people when they're trying to lose weight, which is knowing what to do, knowing what to eat, but letting life get in the way, becoming too busy with our demanding jobs, with our demanding families. Everybody else is always going to demand your time. And a conversation that I have with my clients a lot of the times is like, how are we going to take some of that back? It's time that you prioritize yourself. You know what to do, and what's really getting in your way are other people. Other people are trying to keep you from being able to take a lunch break, from being able to go for an hour walk. You should be able to take care of yourself, because honestly, if you don't, then you're going to burn out and you're not going to be helpful to this group of people that's asking you for your help constantly. You've got to put yourself first. And so today I'm going to teach you, or just give you some tips on how I do that as an entrepreneur and what I would tell clients to do that. When it comes to trying to put yourself first and prioritizing your health and doing that despite being so busy, there are a lot of things that we can do that I'm going to teach you how when it comes to semi meal prepping, not like going super extreme, but trying to put some stuff in place on the weekend. Also comes down to trying to buy some prep food, and then also just being realistic about what you can get done day to day. We're not going to have super fast results if we're not going to be spending a ton of time on our health and our wellness and efforts to lose weight. But I don't exactly expect people to lose weight super quickly, because then it's not sustainable. You do work, you have a job, you have a family, and it's not healthy to say no to everybody just so you can focus on going to the gym 3 hours a day. That's not what we want. But what I see often is we know we shouldn't do that, but then we don't know what that balance looks like. So I'm going to kind of show you what that balance looks like in my day-to-day, being a very overwhelmed entrepreneur of a newer company. So let's just get into it.
Oh Lord, good morning. It is about 6 o'clock. I wanted to wake up at 5. And I did wake up at 5:30. And I laid in the bed and was on Instagram, checked my emails, but I did plan what I was gonna eat today. And I really want pumpkin spice latte. It finally is cool here in Dallas, Texas, so it's been making me want to have one. But in order to meet all of my other goals, that means I'm not going to have any sweetener in this homemade coffee that I'm making, because Starbucks isn't open for another 30 minutes in my little area. I need something to help get me through, so we're gonna make just a black coffee, and then I'm also gonna heat up my breakfast sandwiches. Presentable looking today, but when it comes to following a calorie deficit, like I said, one of the things that I feel like I see a lot of clients struggle with, or people in general struggle with, is kind of, I don't know if it's like assuming that things will just happen, or not thinking that we need to plan for it, but especially in the beginning when we're starting a new lifestyle, just like when you start a new class at school or you start a new job, you've got to be more organized in the beginning, and then you get into a habit with it. And so some things that have helped me stay organized and plan in the beginning are tracking in the morning. So I've gone ahead and put in all the food that I was planning on eating today to see if it'll line up with everything, and then that way I can kind of switch things around and decide if one thing is going to work or isn't work, or doesn't work. I, for example, was going to do a whole pumpkin spice latte, but those things are like 350 calories. So I could play around with saying, okay, like I do want to have other carbs throughout the day, like rice with my lunch, and the breakfast sandwiches in the morning, which are a lot of carbs, but I need for the fiber. So instead I can take away carbs from that drink. So I can decrease the pumps of the syrup, and also take away the whipped cream. Another tip is journaling in the morning. So I'm a big processor journaler, and it helps me in the morning to kind of think about my day yesterday. Is there anything I could have improved on? What should I improve upon it? And then today, how am I going to reach certain goals? So I would encourage you to also do this. Think about like, okay, do you think you can meet your protein or your fiber or your vegetable goals or whatever? What do you need to do to ensure that you're not going to overeat today? Do you need to get to bed earlier so you don't have that like late night treat? Do you need to make sure you're not skipping dinner so you don't, skipping lunch so you're not going into dinner feeling super, super hungry? But those are some things that I do to set myself up for success that I also recommend other people to try doing.
Okay, so lunchtime. Let's see if I can push you back so you're not quite so in my face. That's better. What did I do? I worked. I'm in this like new work schedule where I like am trying to work basically like straight from like 5:30 to like 2:30, which is nice because I don't have that much left to do for work today. But real talk, I'm feeling like very like overwhelmed. And when I feel overwhelmed, I tend to like procrastinate on a lot of stuff. So if I didn't follow these tips, I likely would have a problem like maintaining a lower body weight, because what I see a lot with clients is like when they get like this, they get super bogged down with work, they can't find time to stop working, then they just like don't eat, and then they end up overeating later on. So one tip is to try to prep your meals. These are super easy meatballs. All you do is like throw them in the, I get some frozen meatballs, throw them in the crock pot with a container of barbecue sauce and a cut up onion, chopped onion, and then that's it. I made it honestly last week, and food can stay good for like a week after, so I'll just throw it away on Friday. But I put meatballs in here, so super easy. I don't have to worry about not eating, or I don't also have to worry about trying to go out to eat somewhere. So also saves money. And then also rice, just plain white rice. We've got to have some carbs in our meals. Otherwise we will be way too hungry. So I'm gonna have about a cup of rice because I'm not really having many other carbs today. It's gonna help soak up like the sauce. Let's see if I can put the meatballs on top instead. Another way to kind of like plan or be prepared or save time is to use bag salads. This is my favorite bag salad, the sunflower crisp, and I haven't seen it like anywhere. They normally, honestly, I feel like have it at like cheaper grocery stores. And I went to Tom Thumb, which is I feel like cheaper grocery store in Texas. I don't know. I'm still new to Texas. Let me know if there's a better one, because I don't live by like, I don't know, Albertsons or anything. The dressing in the container is absolutely fine. That's probably about a cup of lettuce. I wanted to do a cup and a half, so we're gonna add a little bit more. This is going to help me have a lot of fiber, help me stay full, but I likely, again, wouldn't eat it if I had to actually make it. I honestly hate making salads, so I don't eat a lot of them at home. I love eating them out because I hate making them. Has some cool little crunch, edamame that's gonna add a little fiber, and then a little bit of cheese. Never hurt anybody. To make sure, I kind of like, no, I don't like my food to be like sopping wet with dressing, but I like there to be like dressing in every bite. I also like to follow a little bit of a my plate approach. So we have 2 servings of produce here, and then I have grains or carbs and meat. But because I didn't get any produce in at breakfast, I'm gonna add some in now, which I was gonna do grapes. Raw veggies or produce is the way to go. I found these cute grapes at Central Market. They're like little tiny grapes. Grapes are a good source of fiber because you eat the skin. Any produce where you eat the skin, you're gonna get a lot of fiber. Like berries are pretty high in fiber. This is gonna be my lunch. Literally took like 5 minutes to put together. I cooked the rice in the rice cooker. No effort, I just started it and I went and did more work. Grapes, salad, meatballs, and rice for protein. And we're gonna eat so we don't overeat later on, even though I have so much work to do that I don't wanna take a lunch break. So I just finished up, I'm about to finish up a 45-minute walk. To be honest, I wasn't feeling it. I'm in like a really mentally weird headspace right now. Again, I think I'm just like overwhelmed, and it's making me not wanna do anything, even though I had the time to do it. But a couple things that helps me when I feel like this, because likely I'm being really busy, is just scheduling it. I put it in a Google Calendar, and I know I've got to get it done by the end of the day. So even though I schedule myself to do it an hour ago. I took a nap and I just did it an hour later. The other thing is trying to find a time of day that works for you to do it. I was doing it in the morning. Recently I just haven't felt like it. And so I've decided to try to switch it up to the afternoon. So with walking, that is my tip. Schedule it and find a time of day where you're gonna get it done and know that you've just gotta do it. All right, I'm just gonna kind of talk you through what I eat here. So I grabbed the stir fry kit, but needed to add some protein to it. So I got this smoked 5-spice tofu. I used to work at P.F. Chang's and I've always been on the hunt for their super firm tofu. And I think that this might be it. This was a really simple meal covering my bases with protein and a lot of produce. The sauce was okay. I probably would maybe just make my own sauce next time because it was a little sweet and I don't personally like sweet sauces on stir fry. But I just put it over some rice noodles for a complete meal because we needed some carbs. And then lastly, I just ended the day with a pear. I always like to end my dinner with something sweet, and I needed another produce item. So pears are in season right now, so I'm trying to eat them until I'm sick of them. So I'll be ready for the next thing in season. Pears have a lot of fiber. If you eat the skins, and generally on any fruit or vegetable, if you eat the skin of it, it's going to have more fiber, which will help you stay full, help you stay regular in the bathroom, and help you to be healthier overall. But I hope you enjoyed this. Please follow for more.